Hi guys, welcome to Millennial Movie Fan Channel. My name's Tyler. Today's movie review for Review the MCU is going to be Captain America, The Winter Soldier. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you give me a thumbs up down below, hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video all around your friends and family on social media. That way they can join us in the movie conversation. I love this movie a lot. It's one of my favorite MCU movies. The new cast in this movie, Robert Redford, is a great get for the MCU. I love Frank Grillo. Frank Grillo is a super underrated actor, in my opinion. I think he has been in a lot of good things. He doesn't show a ton of range in what parts he chooses, but I think he is a really good actor, and he shows glimmers of being amazing. And I think he could have had an even bigger role in the MCU down the road as like the Punisher or a bigger character like that, where he had his own standalone movie. He didn't feel wasted in this. He really took every opportunity to shine in this movie that he could possibly squeeze out of what the role of Crossbones was. But I feel like he could have handled more on his own with what his acting credentials are. Not that he's been in a ton of good things, but everything he's been in, he's really good. And he can carry himself. And he can carry himself in a scene with Robert Redford, Chris Evans, with all these actors, Sam Jackson. He holds himself really well, and when he's in his own standalone movies, he holds those up too. I love the fight sequence on the boat in the beginning of the movie. It's crazy that Captain America fights George St. Pierre, so GSP is like a French spy, and he's fighting him on this boat, and he's roundhouse kicking him, blocking it with the shield. It's awesome. It's just funny that Captain America fights who's basically Captain Canada and George St. Pierre. It was awesome. I like how they used the storytelling device of Captain America going to the Smithsonian, and it's talking about his past, and they bring up Bucky to just kind of remind you he exists. If you didn't see the other movie, then when the reveal happens in this movie, it's at least touched upon, and you're like, oh my god, that's his friend, because it comes back. It makes it more of a whole movie. It feels complete and standalone within itself that way, because it's mentioned earlier in its own film, and it doesn't rely on the first film. But if you've seen the first film, it has even more depth for you, which is what I love about the MCU, which is how these movies should be. And they've always done a real great job of that you can just kind of jump in wherever, follow along, you'll still be entertained, there will still be stuff for you. But going back to watch all these, or having watched them from the beginning, is what makes it an even more enriching experience. There's another big fight at the end of this movie on the SHIELD helicarriers, where it's crashing down, and Steve is fighting Bucky on the ship, and Sam is fighting Frank Grillo's character Crossbones, and that's really epic. And I love going back to that scene. Just how they shot that is great, and it's really entertaining action spy movie, and that's what I love about this movie. It was really like genre bending, and it broke through the barrier of like a superhero movie. Not that it's like a hindrance or a bad thing, but it really became another genre other than those other genres, and I think that's the first MCU movie to really do that. It's a spy movie with spy organizations and espionage, and I think that's really interesting. They do that with Ant-Man down the road, where it's like a heist movie, and Guardians of the Galaxy is like a space opera. They take different genres and they mix them into these movies, which is awesome. I believe this is one of the better MCU movies to just pop on and watch as a standalone, like I said, for the story, for the action, for the character interplay, and the dynamic that they have, and just for the MCU charm and humor. All that is there in this movie. I love that we see Captain America strengthen his bonds and his old friendships with people like Peggy Carter and with Black Widow, who that's not as old as Peggy's relationship, but he goes and sees Peggy in the hospital, and he rekindles his relationship with Bucky also, which he thought was long lost to time, and he also makes new friends like Sam. So that's one of my favorite parts of this movie. And I love the Sam and Cap relationship. I think the on the left thing is awesome, and the fact that they call back to that in Endgame is awesome too. Comes over the radio. It's great, because they really establish that when they first meet, that's their kind of thing. That he's teasing him. He's really fast. He's coming up on his left, and I just think that the MCU is awesome, that they pick out little things like that, and the creators of these films they don't miss anything. They always call back to these moments, and it feels natural that two buddies, that's the kind of interplay and how they would pick on each other and interact like that. But yeah, Captain America, the Winter Soldier, it's a good one. This is not one that you would skip. This is actually one that I go back to all the time and watch a lot. I would definitely recommend that you watch this on a rerun or just in general if you've never seen it. If this is one that you missed over the course of the years as these MCU movies started really cranking out at this time period, then I definitely advise you to go back and watch this one. Wednesday, guys, we got my retro review for Goodfellas, and I'm super excited for that. We're going to go get the papers. And then Friday, I got to make sure that I'll be able to see Antlers and the New Mutants in a theater near me or in some capacity. It's a little shifty, but if those movies are coming out, I'm going to do a review for you guys for Friday for those. If not, I'll figure something out. I'll do a video. I'll do like another retro review or something. Thanks, guys. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit the like button, as I said in the beginning. Smash that thumbs up. Hit subscribe and the little notification bell. The notification bell helps. When I post a new video, you get alerts for that, so that's awesome. That really helps out the channel too. And like I said, share it around to all your friends and family. Spread the word of the channel, and that helps me out too. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.